Hello everyone, it's DA here. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you are doing amazing. The question of the day on this episode of the Roundup is, will Archwings be better off if it was small to the size of a typical jetpack? So if Archwings were the size of a jetpack, would it be better off within the game? This is a question a viewer had and wanted me to dissect that suggestion. Is it possible? Would it be magical? Now, as basic as the question is, I will be putting on my thinking cap and I will be approaching this from multiple angles and would like to know what you guys think about it. I will look at the aesthetics, the functionality, the lore, and the architectural problems that we have within the game. So let's look at the aesthetics, shall we? The size of an Archwing is evidently not something that affects the functionality of the vessel. The larger size often looks great, because of course you get to look like your typical person, you like to see your customizations, your colors, whatever you have on. However, your warframes also will look cooler if the Archwings are the size of a small or normal jetpacks. This will make us look like a typical space ninja with rockets strapped to our backs. This also means that we can cosplay as the 501st Clone Battalion if we want to. We can look like we're from Mandalore if you're using the Chroma Tenogen skin. So these are some of the beautiful things about this and how it will help us look cooler. This will also immerse you into the understanding of the powers of your warframe. You'll feel more like a superhero instead of watching this large film of light in your face through the entire time that you are flying. So on the cool factor, that will work tremendously. I would love to see that. Now, when we look at the functionality, then we are beginning to get into the real issues with Archwings to begin with. Archwings have problems that I don't think a size reduction can fix. Let's just be real with that. The problem with Archwings right now is that people have mixed feelings about the controls of that thing in particular. There is a seizure triggering complaint, there are controls complaints, and then there is the fact that we just don't want to play because it just doesn't have any reason or use for it within the game. You can already do a lot of these things using parkour, and you can't fight Eidolons and Archwings to begin with because it's pointless, and even though you get to keep your weapon, it's just pointless. They will shoot you down anyway. It is boring. Now, we already have a ship and we have railjack with guns. Why do I need this extra stuff? So if we are talking about reducing the size of the Archwings, what does it mean for Arch weapons? In functionality, I'm not sure if it will work, if DE will be reducing the size of those guns and weapons as well, or if they will keep them the same size. I think it would be cool if they keep them or maintain the same size as well. And would it be great if DE makes a change with Archwings where you can pick a stance and pick your own type of movement so they can actually satisfy people on both sides. Next, we take a look at the lore behind Archwings to begin with. Because Warframe already have some of these items in the comics, which means they are now canon, it will be almost impossible to change anything regardless of the looks or functionality. Octavia webcomics have Warframes using the current design of the Ordinata Prime, so the only solution to this will be if DE releases options for Archwings in Tenogen. That will be a great thing, a cool thing, but that will be the only solution when it comes to lore of the game itself. This means players can now create and design Archwings like they have done with their own Sciendanas. There will also be no strict restriction in the sizes and the visual effects of these Tenogen items, and that will be the only way that this might work. Now let's be honest, some of these Tenogen Sciendanas already look like jetpacks to begin with. So feel free to share your thoughts, what you think about this, the lore of Archwings to begin with. Is it going to be a hindrance, or do you think this is possible regardless of what the comics say? Lastly, let's look at the in-game architectural problems. We have issues where Archwings cannot be summoned indoors, but with the constant addition of more vertical space and verticality in Warframe, will this be a good idea to make Archwing smaller? Yes, that would be a great idea. If DE can make Archwings accessible in certain vertical spaces, then it will be very beneficial to players, because if we look at the Corpus Gas City that was revealed during Deathstream 114, not everyone wants to parkour several flights of stairs just to get to where they are going. It will be fun for the first time, you're just getting into it, you want to see everything, but after doing this for 50, 100 times, Trust me, you just want to get there as soon as possible. You just want to fly there. You don't want to have to climb through all those stairs or climb through the walls, parkour there. You just want to fly there, and this is where Archwings will play a huge role. But feel free to share your thoughts about this. What do you think about this? You know, would it be a great thing? Because I think it will be an amazing thing if you reduce the sizes and you make it accessible indoors. That will also help. And of course, DE will have to work with this thing because it will reduce the constant collision with the environment. Overall, the answer all comes down to DE enabling Archwings intelligent for content creators to make, or creating a small one themselves. If DE can create a small one, then that will be a great addition. In addition to that, DE will also have to enable Archwing in certain indoors and outdoor spaces, because let's just be honest with this right here. If I am fighting something outdoors in an Ambulance City or a Grenier City, if it is outdoors, I should be able to use jetpacks. It just makes a lot of sense. But let me know what you guys think about this. Will this fix the problems with Archwings? Will it fix 50% of it, or do Archwings have a much more bigger problem? Let me know down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel for more Warframe. And as always, it is DA signing out. I'll see you guys in the next one.